Welcome everybody. Very pleased to welcome you to today's session through Legal Futures. My name's Safta Mahmood, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about understanding local authority processes, particularly looking at the aspects surrounding twin track planning and also some of the aspects surrounding fostering and adoption procedures. So a number of key things that I'm going to be going through with you over the course of the hour. This is an area that I work in as a family practitioner, and we'll be going through a number of things to bring you up to speed with where we are so far as these procedures are concerned. And I think the first thing to say is this. This area can be very complex, and I've found, certainly over my time so far, many practitioners get very confused thinking, which panel do I have to take this child's case to? Is it adoption panel? Is it fostering? Who's the ADM, the agency decision maker? Do I have to go to the ADM first? Do I go to panel first? What do I send to panel? So those are some of the things that I'm going to be covering with you today. And the paperwork, as you can imagine, it's not always that straightforward. So I'm going to try and distill any myths and any concerns you may have in terms of the paperwork that happens behind the scenes. And this is where you'll find inevitably COVID has, of course, had an impact on this as well. So the care planning regulations have had to change as a result of the pandemic, and therefore we need to understand where do we sit at the moment with unregulated or other arrangements as they are referred to in the care planning regs. So I'll take you through some of that and try and iron out some of the queries for you with that. Okay, we'll also be looking, like say, specifically at parallel planning and the role of panels and ADMs. And what do we mean by matching recommendations when it comes to decisions for children? We'll look at fostering, we'll look at assessments, and then some of the more recent changes to the care planning regulations. So we're looking at this as of November 2021, and it's a good time, I would suggest, to look at this because there's been a number of key developments, key changes, in fact, recently in England in September, so it'll give me a chance to talk about that as well. Right. We'll also be looking at some of the aspects surrounding placement with family members. Sometimes lawyers are unfamiliar with the care planning regs in terms of the temporary approval process, and I'll be taking you through the position both in England and Wales. And then the other side of today's session is we need to be clear about revocation of placement orders, leave to oppose adoption, some of the leading authorities insofar as that is concerned. So I'll take you through some of those matters as well.